Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave. Great show. Yes, this is Howard from Marin County. We are all ecstatic to see the Browns beat Tom Brady. We're so happy. It's unbelievable. Also, since this is the voice of truth, let me say I have been pretty harsh on the front office, Andrew Berry and the Harvard boys, and I have to say that getting Amari Cooper and, drafting JOK and Martin Emerson were actually good things. So hopefully as the Browns keep on winning, I'll be a lot more pro Andrew Berry and the crew. So we're exceptionally happy. We can't wait to see what Deshaun's going to do. Have a nice day. Thanks. Bye.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. And Scott, that's one of the reasons you wait to kind of evaluate draft classes. Let's see how JOK continues to develop. The big question is still Jedrick Wills, I think. I don't really have a really good read on him yet. Do you?
I don't. I think there's flashes there. I certainly think there's potential, right? I mean, he looks like a top 10 pick. Sometimes he's got the feet. Does he play through the whistle enough? I think that's a fair question for him. Is he consistent enough? Certainly, it's been hit or miss this season. But I think with Andrew Berry, and I get it, you're coming off a win. It's always been good and bad, right? And there's always question marks. Austin Hooper looks like a terrible move. Amari Cooper looks like a great move. Jedrick Wills is questionable. I think Greg Newsom's really good. So there's good and bad. You just have to be, in the long run, there has to be more good than bad, right? And you can't have the big swings and misses. And it's yet to be determined and yet to play out whether or not how Andrew Berry does, right? I mean, we're year 3. I think there's still a lot of questions. And it's still too early on some guys, but I guess that's my point. It's really kind of a incomplete grade for me, but there's certainly plenty of hits, and I think Cooper and Emerson are among those hits.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. A defining one could very well be if Deshaun Watson is the type of quarterback they project him to be. That'll be a big hit, and everything else kind of falls into place. I mean, we've talked about it so many times. If you have the quarterback, everything else tends to fall into place.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, if you get the quarterback right, that's, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off your things to do list. So, and maybe Jedrick Wills looks better, right? If a couple of those sacks don't turn into sacks because Deshaun Watson makes it disappear, then we're not focusing such a harsh spotlight on Jed Wills. And it can go down the line, right? If Grant Delpit missing a tackle or missing a coverage assignment doesn't wind up in a loss, then you kind of overlook it too. So, yeah, I think that's a great point. But I think if you take each player individually, there's good and there's bad. And I think the ledger isn't enough good right now to be, way in Andrew Berry's corner. But I don't think it's bad enough to say, oh, my gosh, they necessarily need a GM.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree. And to be fair, you got to give a GM 4 or 5 years because then it's a complete cycling of quote unquote his guys. So again, it'll all play out, hopefully on the right side of things.
Right. And I think, he's smart and he has a plan and he works well with Paul DePodesta and Kevin Stefanski. So I don't think there's any fundamental flaws in Andrew Berry. It comes down to individual talent evaluation. And is he going to be good enough at it? Or is it the organization going to be good enough at it?